Well, I'm so glad to be in the warm rather than be drenched with rain outside the La Palmas there. But of course, credit to the staff who made great meals there. The only thing I could say is the pasta was a little bit on the cold side, but of course the middle part was great. If you are a mushroom fan, then you'd love it. If you're not a mushroom fan, you would have chosen a different option of meat and probably mince and pasta on that particular level. And what I will say is I'm going to give both of those dishes a mark out of A to Z. So even though I said 10 out of 10 for the first meal, which was the chips, okay, the second meal was also 10 out of 10, but I'm going to do it in a different sort of angle, which is A to Z. Okay, A to Z on the first meal is going to be a top A mark for the chips. Even though it's quite filling, they were good quality and the oil wasn't too bad either. So yeah, the second meal, the pasta and mushroom with cream in it, even though I left the cream because it not only it was fattening, but of course it just felt me up and I couldn't eat anymore basically. I felt the need to eat every pasta or whatever you like to call it, you know, because it felt rude not to finish it all off because the chefs did a marvellous job. I felt that sort of feeling of when I went in that restaurant. They also do breakfasts as well, and they recognised us from last time. I didn't recognise the young guy that delivered the food though. But anyway, that said, definitely A out of 10, even though of course it was a little bit on the cold side around the edges of the pasta. But of course, as I say, mushroom fans would love it, non-mushroom fans will hate it or will not like it. But yeah, I'm just going to introduce you to something very special here, because I went round the corner to a convenience store. I'll just give that a mention because yet again the guy recognised me from last time. So what I will say now is I want to show you where you can actually buy this particular brand and this logo, very much creamier than the Viva I normally buy from Iceland and Lidl, which used to be in Lidl but not in Lidl anymore. But for some reason they took it off the shelf. I haven't got an idea why they did that, because at the time they were selling it really cheap. Why get rid of a good make that is selling well? And even though the price went up for the milk, they got rid of it, or seemed to get rid of it, or they couldn't get hold of it, or something like that. But yeah, they just could have put it up to say like 90p or something like that. That could have made a big difference, but they don't seem to put it in their stores anymore. But even though they're the small version, which you can also buy online on eBay, I think, but you can buy a larger version on eBay as well. But in a shop wise, the convenience store next to the La Palmas in Great Yarmouth, where they also sell other things like beach toys and things like that. It's pretty much a convenience store, open pretty much to reasonable lateness depending on how the trade goes. In other words, if the trade is doing well, the shop will open longer, like any other business. But this is the creamier version compared to the Viva milk, which I buy from Iceland, which is about £1.20. So yeah, this is my favourite Lakeland milk, by the way. And you can get the blue version of this as well. Remember where you see it. And have a look round. There you go. Good quality milk. That's going in the fridge in a minute. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, do take care. Peace out. And remember, we'll carry on promoting the community for you wherever we go. It's Nick C. Goodbye for now.